part and the most part. So I'm here because first guy and second my mom and my wife.
How long did this take?
Honestly, you guys 5 years.
5 years.
Yes, and one of the best, the hard part was starting for the 100 question. That's how I know the 27 and 1787 the questions. So I know who was the first president, who was the president of World War I, and a lot of questions, but
I hate to admit it, but right now you probably know more than the rest of us do about it. But you remember Brian Pena when he was with us? And he became a citizen, and he would quiz us about our own history, and we didn't know the answers to it. So you probably know more than we do right now from history. But take us. The judge explained part of it, but take us through the process. What was the first thing you had to do? She said a lot of paperwork.
Yes, I signed like a 200 and something page. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of hard. First thing we get the green card. That's the first thing we get. So it's better than get the visa in Venezuela, to be honest to you. And after that, you have to wait 4.5 years to try to approve for the U.S. citizen.
Okay. How'd your test go, by the way, with all those questions?
Great, the guy wasn't here. And he took care of me. He took care of me really good. I don't even know what's the test. We just have a conversation, and we just asked me some questions, I just answered, and after like 10 minutes, he's like, "Salvi, you passed the test." So I'm like, "What?" I waited for the test, so he's like, "No, you really passed." So it was super easy. This guy doing a pretty good job, and the Kansas City, the organization, thank you for everything they do. Kyle Bena helped me. He was with me in the last 5 years for all this, so he was one of the guys. And Janet, she helped me too.
So Kyle Vena, who he mentioned, Kyle is from Kansas City. He was a Royals bat boy, and he's been in the front office for a long time. He's a lawyer, and he's the one that reminds all of us when we're going to Toronto, don't forget your passport, making sure everything's in order so that when we get to customs in Toronto that we can get through. And now you're going to have a United States passport, right?
And we always forget.
Yeah, someone always forgets. But you get a United States passport now, right?
That's gonna be more easy.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, how's your arm?
Great. I'll be back this year, guys. Okay? Yeah, I feel great. I feel 100%. I was working hard in the off-season. After I know that I was gonna have a Tommy John last year, it was kind of hard for me. You guys know how much I love to play, but it's a process, I do a lot of things. I get more close with my family. I had the opportunity to see more of my son, my wife, my mom, my friends. They're all from here. So, bad things happen for good reason, so I'm ready.
We all wanted you to play last year. We missed you. We missed your arm. We missed your bat. We got to see your smile. I wondered though, you played so much. Every year you played more games. Ned would say, Salvi's only going to play this many games, and you would always play more. In the last 2 or 3 years, you had a rib cage and then you had an oblique, and I wondered if you could take 1 year off and let your whole body heal, if that might be a good thing in the long term. Did you get that rest for your whole body?
Yeah, you know what happened? As a player, we prepare ourselves for 162 games. We're gonna get hurt sometime. It's kind of hard what we do, but I need to prepare myself for 162 games. But yeah, take a year off. I think it's gonna be good for me. I think I can play for another 7, 10. I wish I can play for another 12 more years in Kansas City. So yeah, I feel I've been working out hard. I take care of my arm, my body. I lost some weight. I think I'm ready, seriously.
K-Crew's out there. If anyone has a question for Salvi, just go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone over to you. Salvi, the question comes up every year, and I think it comes up again this year because you're coming off surgery. But people want to know: are you going to play some first base? Are you going to be designated hitter more? Are you preparing yourself to play some first base this year?
Maybe. Why not? I got to be in the lineup. As a catcher, as a first base, DH, I just want to help my team to win. You know, if I'm the lineup, I think I have the opportunity to do it. So I'm ready.
Yeah, we got some good Salvi highlights here. Tampa Bay, Salvi, that's where it all started. I mean, I always thought you could play shortstop if they needed you to play shortstop.
Where are you going?
We missed all these highlights. Look at that slide. Look at that. Catchers shouldn't slide like that, you know? Who's got our first question for Salvi? Member of the K Crew? Anyone? Over here? Let's go over here.
I'm K Crew Lauren. I'm here with Carter.
What was the most funnest part about this?
This becoming a U.S. citizen, what was the best part about the 5 years?
The 5 years, I don't think the 5 years. Today, my leg was shaking. I don't know if you guys see it. I was like that, reading the paper. I think that's the funny part. I was scared before everything.
Were you nervous? Yeah?
Yeah, scared, not nervous, scared.
That was a hard oath. Did anybody, I didn't know that oath.
I think you guys want to help me. Everybody was quiet.
Yeah. There were some of us back there, we were getting a dictionary out trying to figure out what some of those words meant. I don't know, what does that mean? I don't know. But you did a great job. Next question, Salvi?
Over here.
Where's over here?
Hi. On the side.
Oh, here. Okay.
All right. I'm Kate Crew Lindsay. I'm with Sophia, and she wants to know.
When did you start playing baseball?
Great question. I was 4.5 years. Long time ago, I started to play baseball.
Another question for Salvi? Okay, over here.
I'm here with Kylie, and she has another question for you.
What is it like being a baseball player, or what's your favorite moment about being one?
What's your favorite moment as a major leaguer?
Win the World Series, you know, was one of the best moments. I got another one. When I hit the base hit against Oakland, the wild card, I think it was one of my great moments too. Yes.
We're never going to forget that.
Never.
You know, you have the best smile, and when you walk into a room and you smile, everybody else feels better. But I think when you got that hit in the wild card game, that smile somehow got a little bigger. When you were going up the first base line.
I was super happy, you know. I was super happy.
The funny thing about that story was then Jason Hamill became your teammate. The guy you got the hit off ended up being your teammate.
I said thank you to him.
Another question for Salvi? Over here?
All right. I'm here with Gabriel. He also plays baseball, and he wants to know.
What are the best tips for catching?
One of the best tips for catching, working hard. You know, that's what helped me, and I prepare myself. So working, you're gonna get better every day.
I know, as much as you've accomplished, if I ever talk to Pedro Grifol about you, the first thing he always brings up is how much you work. You know, I mean, you're a big man, you're a strong man, you have a lot of God-given ability, but I think the great ones like you, sometimes we don't give you enough credit for how much work that you put into it every single day. So, and even the mental part of it, I don't think Pedro would mind if I shared that. Pedro's always telling me too that you're always going to Pedro and saying, what am I missing? How can I get better? Show me where I can get better.
We have a great relationship, and seriously, I have 5 Gold Gloves and 4, and because Pedro made me work hard. You know, he always, Salvi, don't get lazy behind the whole play. Keep working hard. Okay, no matter what's the score, finish the game. Okay, so when you got guys like that, I feel like proud to have Pedro with me. You know. And the relationship we have, like a father to the son, so pretty good.
And he's going to be a major league manager someday, isn't he?
Close.
Pedro interviewed for a couple of managerial jobs this year. Next question, over here.
I'm here with Eli, and he had a question for you.
What does your blue wristband mean?
And what does it say on your wristband?
I think my friend can answer that question. I have a group of friends here, so we're together like a family. And one of my friends is Rafi, so we made the blue band and put a niño thing. A lot of people call me a niño. It's like a little baby. So that's when we know we're all together.
In the middle?
All right, I'm here with Kelly, and her question is...
Two things. Want to know what your plan is for the season, and also I can carry your bags upstairs so you don't hurt and fall.
That was Rafi's fault.
Just your goals for the season.
My goal is stay healthy. I think it's very important, you know. And the second goal for me is make it to the playoff. I think we have some better team, different team, and we're gonna compete. We're gonna do the best we can do to be back in the playoffs.
How hard was that for you last year, not being able to play? Because early in the season, we didn't see very much of you. You know, was it hard being there?
Yeah, it's super hard. When you're in the dugout, and first I used to play every day, and everybody knows that. But when you know you're gonna miss a year, it's hard to stay, watch the game, and I was, telling myself like what I can do to help my team, and seriously I can do nothing. I was hurt, so it was super hard. But now I'm healthy and I'm good. Please God keep me that way to the opening day, and be back with you in the field.
Are you still building up strength, or are you 100% now?
I'm kind of like 90%.
Okay.
Yeah, 85%. I'll be a year on March 6th. That was my surgery last year.
Okay.
So it's a long process. The training have a plan for me. So I'll be back on the field.
Okay. Okay. You know, when you have surgery on your elbow, we think about throwing, but did you have to be careful swinging the bat too?
You know what? I was fine hitting. Because when I get hurt, they let me be DH in the field training. I play one game DH. So I don't worry about hitting.
Next question. Right here in the front.
All right, hi, I'm here with Landon, and his question is...
Do you think you have a better smile than Francisco Lindor?
100%. Do I tell you?
You didn't hear the question. It was, who has a better smile? Does Salvi have a better smile than Francisco Lindor?
How fast do you think your fastest throw is going to be this year?
What do you think your fastest throw is going to be this year?
I think 175.
That sounds about right.
That's, you say 175? Now that's not 175 miles an hour. No, it's 175.
Yeah.
It's called the pop time, right? And it's pop to pop. So when he catches the pitch, that's one pop, and then his throw to second base is the second pop. And for Salvi, he can do that in 1.75 seconds. Pretty good. Go try that at home and see what your time is. Okay. Next question. Over here.
I'm here with Eli. He had a question for you.
My name's Chance.
Sorry, I'm here with Chance.
Hi, what is your favorite part about being a U.S. citizen?
Well, he just became a U.S. citizen. So how about this? What are you looking forward to the most being a United States citizen?
So my wife can go to Venezuela and see his dad. That's one of the best things, So it's good.
So, are you a dual citizen? Still a citizen of Venezuela and a citizen of the United States? Yeah?
I do. Maybe in Japanese too.
I was curious because during the oath they said that you renounce citizenship to other places, but maybe loyalty to other countries. But anyway.
You only can be citizen for different countries, only 3 times.
Okay. Again, we're learning through you. Question right here.
All right.
Look at that shirt, by the way.
I like it.
Backpack and jersey.
All right, this is Anthony, and his question is...
Mike Matheny, Salvi Splash. When's it gonna happen?
First win of the season.
Have you had much time to talk to Mike Matheny?
Yesterday we talked a little bit.
Okay.
Great guy, and the good thing, he was a catcher too.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a good relationship, you know, with communication. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and he had 4 Gold Gloves when he was a
Gold
player,
Gloves.
so another very good defensive catcher. Another question? Right here?
I'm here with Braylee. She had a question for you.
When something important or exciting happens, who's the first person you call or tell?
Really good question. When you do something great on the baseball field or in life, just
Any.
when you do something great in life, who's the first person you call?
My mom. When I got Color, I didn't tell you that before. In 2011, I was in AAA, and when I got Color, George was the manager in AAA, and he called me to his office and told me, Salvador, you're gonna go to a big league. You know, as soon as I get out of the office, I just call my mom.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was crying. That was a great moment.
Yeah. Next question,
All right,
right here.
I'm down here with Jonah, and he wants to know...
What is your favorite part about Kansas City?
The barbecue.
You have a favorite one?
Spicy one.
What's that?
A spicy barbecue?
Spicy.
Yes.
That's a good answer. You know,
Last night, we was eating. What was the name of the place? Jack Stop.
Yeah.
Jack Stop? Yeah.
You know, that's a good, just stick with spicy, because there's always a chance you could offend somebody else because barbecue's like church in this town, you know? All right, one last question for Salvi, right here.
I'm here with Marin and her mom. Her mom's gonna go ahead and ask the question for her.
Hi, Marin's a little nervous, so she wants to know on her 5th birthday if you remembered meeting her. You actually, after a game, she held up a sign and it said all she wanted for her 5th birthday was a big hug from Salvi, and you actually pulled her into your car and your girlfriend was there. You signed the sign and then you got her picture together. So she remembers it dearly. So.
Hey, I gotta be honest to you. I don't remember because I met a lot of people, but you want me to give you a hug? I can give you a hug right now.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah?
Let me get a picture of it.
Get up. Come on, get up.
Get your camera out, Mom.
Over here.
Come over here. Maybe you remember in Fanfest, the year after we won the World Series, there was a lady, she had a whole tattoo of you on her back or something like that. Can you get a picture? Salvi, congratulations, thank you. You know, you said something that I want you to end this with. And you said for the players from Latin America that this is a big deal. And every year, there's several major leaguers who become United States citizens. So for those of us who are born here, raised here, we really don't know anything different except being a United States citizen. What do you need to remind us about being a citizen? What do you want us to know?
Seriously, when we compare our country, my country to this country, the security, you know, this hospital, it's hard. I think you guys see all the TV thing happening in Venezuela right now. So we should be proud to be a U.S. citizen. So we have everything we need in this country.
Thanks, Salvador. Congratulations. Salvador Perez.